What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here at MattyFish33 on YouTube. If you've been here before, thank you so much. Couldn't do this without you guys. If it's your first time here, please like, subscribe, share, click that bell, get those notifications, and follow us along on this fishy journey. So guys, we're going to do a little Sunday swim update for you. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to do it live today, but a little Sunday swim update on everything that's going on in the gallery, if you will. So here we go. So for now, let's go ahead and look elsewhere, and we'll come back to the big boy tank. I always kind of like to feature them a little bit more. I mean, they are bigger, they are brighter. Everybody else will get there eventually, but these guys are by far some of the prettiest fish that I currently own. So let's go ahead and take a look at the jungle, our South and Central American cube, with a couple oddball fish. I don't know if anybody that's been following along saw, but I finally was able to get our fire eel on film the other day, and we did post a couple short videos of him. Hopefully we'll be able to continue getting more of him on film as he grows a little more and starts hiding less. Hopefully the same thing with our tiger knifefish, who not quite sure where he is right now. He's probably under there. Hopefully he's not hiding or stuck in the filter box again. I had to get him out of the filter box the other day, but he's clearly not there. So everybody doing really well in this tank. Our red spot severum really growing quite a bit, and our tiger severum is growing quite a bit too, catching up. We did have, if you've been watching and you saw the last video, we did have a casualty in this system, but nothing to do with our water quality and or the water parameters. Our archer fish decided he was going to 86 himself. Basically, still a bit of a mystery, but from what I understand, I think the fish just broke his spine or swim bladder by banging into the glass really hard. I think he was trying to catch a fly or something that may have landed on the glass up there. I don't know. But everybody doing really well in this tank nonetheless. Also, we do still have some Danio babies in our sump. And we need to move these guys. I haven't moved them yet. I haven't set up that 40-gallon tank yet again either, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with those Danio babies. Maybe I'll let them continue weeding themselves out until I feel like they're big enough to go in here, but like that would take a long time, and I don't know if that's a great thing to do in our sump. And again, guys, for anybody that's curious, I haven't really been feeding them anything because I'm not going to put food directly into my sump. They have just been eating and growing on the detritus that is in the sump. And by detritus, I don't necessarily mean crap and stuff, like bits of food and things that make their way down there, okay? Before anybody thinks I'm just letting them survive on a diet of poo, no, that's not exactly what's going on here. So next, let's take a look at Mbuna Mountain. Everybody doing very well in here as well, and we've seen some real growth out of a couple fish in the last few weeks. Our pullet cichlid getting quite large. Been very in and out with his color still. Looks like he banged his nose a little bit. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Check out the teeth on that little guy though, guys. Some of these fish, obviously, they're all grouping up right now. Yesterday was no feed day, and they have not been fed yet today, so they are expecting food. We'll get to that shortly. I think that I need to be a little bit better about feeding less protein in this tank. As you can see, a couple of our mbunas, they don't have bloat, but they certainly are getting hefty, like Nova, our snowball sokol here. Shout out to Smallfish16 for choosing that name for this fish and having it voted for. But yeah, guys, like, I think what I gotta do is I gotta get the more protein-based fish out of here, diet-wise, you know, which involves this guy growing a little bit more, our Exochromis, and then I can stop putting extra protein and just go to straight brine shrimp and nori for these Mbonas and Victorians. We'll get there eventually, but I do need to cut back on the protein consumption in this tank a little bit. And I know a couple of these fish would be happy for that. I see our red top hongi looking really well over there. Finally starting to get some good color, but he is also gotten a little hefty. So like I said, guys, I gotta watch the diet in this tank. That's on me. But for the most part, everybody in this tank doing really well. Our pothos growing up a little bit more out of the top, and our pothos down in our filtration has been going nuts. I swear this plant literally throws a new shoot. I mean, I guess every other day it seems like, but you can see there's another new one coming, and then on the other plant in the back there's another new one coming. So everything going really well in this system, guys. We do need to get in here and clean this sump pretty well into the future soon. But everything doing very well in this tank, as you can see. And also one of my favorite views all the way through. This glass is a little dirty right now. So let's take a look at our guppies. Not really much going on in here. I think more or less it's more becoming a snail tank than a guppy tank at this point. And you know, hopefully I'm trying to get, I put a bunch of mystery snails in here too. There's probably like 4 now at this point. But I'm trying to get these mystery snails to breed a little bit, and those bladder snails that are in here to breed a little bit more, so that I can feed them to our Faka pufferfish, who I'm about to show you. And then also, quick little update on our Copedochromis, who is down here in quarantine. I need this guy to eat some more, but I think part of the issue is that look at all of these Malaysian trumpet snails in here. And I think he's just been very slow to eat. He does eat, don't get me wrong, but I think he's just been slow to eat, and I think these snails are kind of affecting his recovery a little bit, so we need to get them out of here. Anybody that's wondering and thinks that I should feed them to the puffer, these are snails that I wouldn't recommend feeding to a puffer. They just have extremely hard shells compared to a lot of other snails out there, and your puffer could actually crack his teeth on them. So there is our Faka puffer, looking beautiful, doing quite well. You know, the vegetation in his tank, not quite as well as he is doing, but you know, we'll do some work on that too. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab a shrimp and see if we can get this guy fed for you. Hold on one second, guys. Oh yeah, he is hungry. He knows what's up. Alright, so we're just gonna get him a little shrimp. Let's see if he'll come eat. I'm sure he will. He's been getting pretty good at feeding off these tongs. Still acts a little suspicious from time to time. Not quite sure why. I think it just has a lot to do with the intelligence of these fish. So there he goes. So for anybody wondering, he doesn't just get fed shrimp. He gets snails, he gets clams, maybe the occasional bloodworm. Haven't tried earthworms yet. I've heard about that too, but not quite sure. I think I'm gonna stick with what is more akin to his natural diet in the wild, which is going to be invertebrates and mollusks. So, but very, very happy pufferfish. We'll let him finish this shrimp real quick, and then we will move on and talk about the big boy tank. Come on, bub. Another big bite. get a big one. So one thing I also have noticed, you know, it's been, what is it, almost 2 months now since I've gotten our Faka puffer fish, I think. Yeah, because I got him right around my birthday in the middle of September. Maybe a little bit before, actually. But, you know, he's definitely been getting more used to me. Still needs to get used to more than just me being around the tank. He's not shy for me at all, but he is a little shy, especially when it comes to trying to hand feed with the tongs, if it's more than just me standing here by the tank. I don't know, I'm not quite sure what that's about. I think it's just, again, these fish are very intelligent and they are suspicious of everything until they learn otherwise. I mean, I think if somebody you remember one of the earlier videos with him, he was very suspicious of the phone and I could not get him to eat, which now it seems like he's getting a little suspicious of the phone as he was staring. But I want him to take one more bite. Come on, bud. There we go. Get in there. Attaboy. You gonna do one more? I think we got one more in us. And then we'll just give the rest of this shrimp to the big boys. So guys, we're very close to reducing stickers. I'm sorry I haven't gotten the new voting out yet for the next 4 fish to vote for a sticker on. I'm going to do that, I promise. Just been very busy in my professional life lately, and will continue to be so for the next few months, especially because working on a new restaurant and concept. So alright, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the big boy tank. I'm sure this is something that some of you may have been waiting for beyond the other tanks. We did do a vote, and this seems to be everybody's favorite tank for now. I'm wondering though, let me know in the comments below, is that because these fish are bigger, larger, more mature, more colorful? Or what in particular about this tank seems to do it more for you guys on this channel than the other aquariums that we have in the gallery currently? Let me know, guys, because I mean, I'm curious. I think I know why, but I want to hear it, and so let me know if it's different than what I'm thinking, guys. But everybody in this tank doing really well. I don't think we have a definite tank boss again. I think V, our VC10's right up there. Our Buccochromis Lepturus Green, always going to be right up there from this point on. I mean, he is just massive. Oh, that's right, we did name him Gary too. Shout out to everybody that suggested names for that one. I apologize, I should have did my homework before this video, but I forget the name of the follower that had actually suggested the name Gary, but props to you. I will get a shout out to you here coming up soon. I promise that. But you know, guys, so not much has changed in this tank in a long time. I think the last change we had was when our tetrastigma developed fatty organs and passed away, but he wasn't in this tank when he passed away. I'm thinking about maybe making a couple changes in this tank. Let me know what you guys think. I think, you know, as much as I love our female Rostratus, I think I might move her and get a male counterpart to her female, and that way we can eliminate at least one of the females in this tank. And then I'm thinking about doing the same thing with our Venustus Big Al here, or Big Allie, because that is a female Venustus. Both of these fish quite large right now. The Venustus is kind of more pressing because I don't know if anybody's noticed in more recent videos, but I think that our Venustus has lymphsitis, Now, I haven't seen it transfer to any other fish, and you know, I know it can, so I am a little concerned in that regard. So if anybody goes out of this system first and is replaced, it's probably going to be Big Alar Phaneustis, unfortunately. Our Star Sapphire, Star Lord, getting more chips again and again and again. Such a beautiful, brilliant fish in my opinion, and I think most of you guys agree with that too. Old Red over here kind of just hanging out in the mix, and you know, Big Sai here, our Sila Tilapia, our Empress still working on color, Balu looking electric as usual. Such a pretty fish also. I love the amount of definition that he has as well, guys. It's crazy. Like, that is not any type of video editing or anything like that. That is just the definition that this fish has on it, which is wild. Kobe, the Malawi Mamba, or Malawi Hawk, doing really well also. We are about to put up a post to name our Eureka Jake. My suggestion was Rusty. I think someone else had suggested Sunset, and I think there was one other name that was suggested. So we do need at least one more name, so we can have 4 names before we put that to a vote. Ryder, our Midnight Peacock, doing very well up there as well. And Brody, our Taiwan Reef. And Vader, our Black Orange Dorsal Lithobate, which it looks like somebody's been picking on him a tiny bit, but he seems to be just fine. This thing does happen from time to time when you own African cichlids, as many of you all know. So, I'm also considering a rescape on this tank, even though I really love the scape. What I actually think I might end up doing, though, I might just re-level all the sand, because there is a lot of structure down there that you can see from the backside, but you can't see from this side because they've just moved so much sand around. But let me know if you guys would like to see a rescape in this tank. That's a lot to undertake. These are heavy stones. They are real stones, guys. A lot of these stones are probably 15 to 25 pounds. And it's a deep tank to reach into. So, but it is something that I'm considering. But let me know if I do a rescape, guys. Do you think that I should kind of keep it as is and just clean it back up to what it was before it got all buried under sand from movement? Or should I do something entirely different? I mean, I really do. I really have loved this scape for a long time, though, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, let me know who you would like to see a fish feature on next. And we're going to keep voting for that merch. And hopefully we'll have some stickers in here real soon and be able to put those up for you guys. So, until then, I will see you in the next video. Matty Fish out.